You're watching MVBN, the Medina Valley Broadcast Network.
Good evening, early afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Panther Stadium. And Jeff, I feel like Liam Neeson should be here because every time that the Panthers have needed revenge, they've got it tonight. And hopefully they get it tonight. They've got it before as they've taken down the 2 out of the 3 losses that they got in the first round, Southwest and Southwest Legacy. This is the 3rd loss that Medina Valley had. And, Jeff, going back to this game previously at Floresville, it was after this ball game that we saw a different Coach Quintello inside that square at third base. She informed us before the game that she wasn't too pleased because they missed 4 different signals during that game, and that was enough. And I tell you what,
and they lost 2-0, right?
Absolutely, and that was the final game of the first round. And since then, the Panthers have ran the table. They've been a different bunch of softball players out there since that.
Been a completely different bunch. And Maury, let me stop you right there and let's recognize what just occurred. We wanted to run as much of the parent night as we could beforehand, so that the kids have this to look back on in years and see and appreciate it, because I got a little choked up.
You didn't get to spend this last year.
We missed out on this
because of COVID.
Absolutely, and I think she's listening right now.
You just had her on FaceTime before to explain to her.
And we missed out on this because of everything that happened last year, and it sure was nice when I walked up to see all the banners flying and the gifts being given to the seniors and the appreciation that that a lot of those seniors missed out on last year. And if I may, I would say to this group right now, if I could right now, I'd holler at them, hey, dedicate this not only to yourselves, but dedicate this to those girls that didn't get the chance to go through and do this last year. And so with that being said, we are doing that this year, and tonight is an opportunity for the Panthers to right the ship. Like we talked about after this game last 2-3 weeks ago, we talked about that the Panthers had to find it in themselves, and they had to do something special and try to run the table, because at the time, Maury, they were looking from the outside in. They were out of a playoff spot. And now with a win tonight, they lock up the 1 seed in the playoffs, and they are the district champion, no questions asked. The other way, we're not even going to discuss, because it could be 4, it could be 3, it could be 2. There's all kinds of scenarios that we will address after this game. But the main one is you win, and you're the district champion, and you're the 1 seed going into the playoffs.
No questions asked.
No co-champion, no nothing. You are the district champion. So keys to the game we'll go get into here in a little bit, Maury. But,
Jeff,
it's great to be here today.
Just to go back to the parents' night, people do not realize what the parents go through too. Even from an early age, when their children, their ball players couldn't drive, the dedication that the parents have to give up to do this, also to support the young ladies that are out here tonight. And Jeff, I don't expect nothing but a whale of a ball game tonight, and I think the Panthers are going to take care of business and get revenge 3 tonight.
Yeah, and what did we call it before? It's Panvengeance?
The Pavengers.
It's Panvengeance, and so let's go ahead, and we're about to do the
we're about to do the national anthem. We're going to take a break and go over to get ready for the first pitch of the game and the starting lineups. Panther softball will continue in just a moment.
Truck Month is going on now at North Park Chevrolet. Get the lowest posted prices of the year, plus 0.9% APR financing for 72 months, and an additional $1,000 for accessories on every new Chevrolet truck, like a 2020 Colorado Crew Cab posted at $24,999, or the all-new Silverado posted at $29,999. Experience Chevrolet, the North Parkway, 10 minutes outside Loop 410 in Castroville, or at npchevy.com.
Medina Electric Cooperative was built by this community more than 80 years ago to deliver safe, reliable, and affordable energy. We are proud to serve this community beyond the power lines. You can find us supporting your kids' Little League, sponsoring school events, hosting safety presentations, and more. We're honored to belong to this community. Keep up with Medina Electric from the power lines to the sidelines on social media or at medinaec.org.
Peerless Equipment, your South Texas irrigation experts. Peerless Equipment specializes in sales and service of irrigation equipment to the agricultural and wildlife industries. This includes hose reels, big guns, pivot systems, underground pipelines, turbine well pumps, booster pumps, motors, valves, and an inventory of much more. Stop by one of their locations in Hondo and Pearsall or give them a call at 210-434-7867. Peerless Equipment, bringing water to you.
Are you ready for a vacation? Tanya with Travel by Design can help you with all your vacation destination needs. At no cost to you, she can plan all of the details tailored to your unique wants and needs. So all you have to do is enjoy your vacation. Tanya is a certified expert with Disney, Universal Orlando, and California, Sandals, and all cruise lines. Give Tanya a call at 830-931-4834 or visit her Facebook page, Tanya with Travel by Design, for all the latest specials and must-do vacations.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet. We have just recognized the real heroes of the United States, our military service, playing of the national anthem. And Jeff, keys to the games after that loss to Floresville.
Yeah,
Panthers have jumped on them, scored first, staked Trista Miller with a lead. She's responded.
We're gonna stick with the theme of that we've had the whole second half of the season, more, and we're gonna say we got to score runs, and we got to let the right arm of Trista Miller carry them to a title. And the whole night tonight is going to be take care of the little things. Hit behind runners when you have to hit behind runners. Score the runs when you've got scoring position with less than one out. You've got to do those things. You've got to have the hits to come through, and that's the key to the game.
You know, Jeff, and even though it was Parents' Night, but if these young ladies need something to get fired up, and playing for first place isn't a good enough reason, you know what? That should add a little bit more incentive. And Coach Gabriel Perez filled out his lineup card as follows for the Floresville Jaguars. Leading off and playing center field, Jolyn Perez. Batting second and playing second base, Brenna Baggs. Batting third and inside the circle for the Jaguars, Bella Ramon. Batting fourth and playing third base, Kylie Lewis. Batting fifth and behind the dish tonight, Aiden Barrera. Batting sixth and playing first base, Eliana Hernandez. Batting seventh and playing left field, Brianna Barajas. Batting eighth and playing right field, Montana McCullum. And batting ninth and playing shortstop, Bailey Cook. And Jeff, last time we saw these young ladies, they were flashing some leather out there on the defensive side. Their their infield made tremendous plays against Medina Valley the first time. And I don't expect anything different tonight just because of the circumstances and the meaning behind this ball game.
And they've had a topsy-turvy season, and a lot of that's because there's a lot of freshmen on this team.
Well, we were informed after the game they start 6 freshmen. And for the Panthers, Miller in the circle, Renslow behind the plate, Kennedy at first, Cancino at second, Burris at short, Guerrero at third. Sotelo, Gonzalez, and Dominguez round out in the first pitch to the leadoff batter, Jolyn Perez. The center fielder is ball one. 1 ball and no strikes. Slightly open stance. Miller delivers. That ball's foul back into the screen. 1 ball and 1 strike.
And Maury, there's no reason for Trista Miller not to go right at these batters. The wind's blowing in. Get ahead.
Yeah. A shot down the first base line, foul just out of reach of Kennedy. McKenzie gave it a try, but just out of reach. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Yes, and as Jeff mentioned, the stiff breeze, and I guess this is that little northern that was supposed to come in around 6:15. So So 1 ball and 2 strikes to the leadoff batter, Perez. Second baseman Baggs waits on deck. District championship on the line tonight. The Panthers win and there's no anything. Swing, and that ball's fouled out of play. Count stays at 1 ball and 2 strikes. And, Jeff, it may be next week that the baseball team faces the same scenario. If them and Eagle Pass Win can take care of business, they've got a big game next week coming up against Eagle Pass Win, with each team only having 1 loss. So it's exciting around here at Medina Valley Land. Swing and a miss for a strikeout. Miller punches out the first Jaguar she faces. It's going to bring up the second baseman, Brenna Baggs. Brenna probably made one of the biggest plays, Jeff, in that ball game against Medina Valley when the ball went off the pitcher's glove and she fielded it and gunned down the runner at home plate, which would have been the tying run at the time.
Yeah, yep. The ball that didn't get out of the infield.
Yes, exactly.
Yep, I remember what
and she kept it in the infield.
Mm-hmm.
First pitch to Bags is outside and low, 1 ball and no strikes. The 1-0 pitch, righty versus righty matchup, and that's a wow. Must have been a little low.
We'll give him the benefit of the doubt early on, Maury.
Well, if you remember the first time we played this bunch, the kind of changed as the game went on.
Well, it was the catcher.
Exactly, the catcher for
catcher is
feisty.
very animated
Oh, yes.
for Floresville.
Strike called to Bags, 2 balls and 1 strike. 1 out here in the top of the first. Ball is lifted out of play, evens the count at 2-2. And once again, Jeff, believe it or not, the scoreboard doesn't have the out up there yet. Now it does. They heard me.
No, it doesn't.
I thought it did, but
it's just a strike.
Oh, well, I thought it flashed on for a second. Of course, who knows that scoreboard's and a swing and a miss, back-to-back strikeouts to start off the ball game for Miller. The normal Trista working in a circle. See, now it works. It's going on and off. Yeah. Bella Ramon, the pitcher.
Well, hopefully it's in the works to get something new out there.
Jeff,
this
the sign
program
says 2007 state champion, so that sport is older than that.
Well, and it's prettier. I mean, it's in better shape than the scoreboard is, and you know, this program deserves a better scoreboard than what they got up there. We've got a better scoreboard out at the Little League fields.
Well, what you would think with the quality that the Panthers put on the field night after night, that the scoreboard should be a little bit better than that.
Absolutely.
0-1 is the count to Ramon. Swing and a miss, no balls and 2 strikes. Is that a rise ball, Jeff?
That was a rise ball.
Now, is that slower than your normal fastball? Because that looked like it took a little speed off of that pitch.
It's not supposed to be.
Not?
No. You just start it lower and throw it higher. There it is again.
Almost got her guessing.
I really thought she got two balls up in the zone in a row. She's got to come back with that changeup down low now, I would think.
So down in the count is Ramon. No balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs here as Floresville bats in the first. Miller delivers. Swing and a miss. There's your changeup, Jeff. Down and low. Miller strikes out the side. 3 up, 3 down. All with the K. Through half an inning, we're scoreless. Panther coming to bat. Panther softball will continue in just a moment.
Qualifications, rules, and limitations apply. Rates, rewards, and restrictions may vary by account. Contact institution for details.
Tickets, popcorn, and sodas. That'll be $35. Cash or debit?
Debit! I mean, I'd like to use my debit card, please. Can I do it?
Okay.
All right! Swiping now!
What if paying with your debit card was always this exciting? Kasasa Cashback is a free checking account that pays you for everyday debit card purchases every month you qualify. Plus, with ATM withdrawal fee refunds nationwide, that's a lot of extra cash to spend on whatever you like.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Community National Bank. Member FDIC.
Bush's Chicken, one of the oldest locations in Castroville, is proud to serve the Medina Valley area. Bush's Chicken has one goal: be the best. Bush's Chicken knows its success comes from loyal customers in the communities they serve. Stop by Bush's Chicken on Tuesday and get the Tender Tuesday deal, or try their buffalo fries and ask about their Panther special. It's always a hit. Bush's Chicken, 935 Highway 90 East in Castroville. Call them at 830-538-2800.
The pace of business is faster than ever. That's why when you need a business loan, you want a bank that can act fast. Not only do you get great rates and fast answers, you get the financial advice you need to keep your business growing. It's a better way to borrow. Stop by and let's talk. Come home to Castroville State Bank. Member FDIC. Visit us online at castrovillestatebank.com.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet. We head to the bottom of the first. Coach Quintella will send to the plate her top three: Guerrero, Miller, Renslow. Middle three: Burris, Sotelo, Upton. Bottom three: Dominguez, Cancino, and Gonzalez. And Kennedy as the flex player.
And one thing that the Panthers have done in the last several games is they go as the leadoff batter goes. If Guerrero can get on base, they've been pretty successful. In the game against Eagle Pass Wednesday, Maury, they scored 6 runs in the first inning and not a run after that. But they were aggressive. They got some walks early. They got some hits. They got the runs in. So let's see if they can start early like that again.
And Miller staked to that early lead, shut out Eagle Pass win. So that's what you're hoping tonight. You get a lead and let Miller do her business in the circle. No balls and 2 strikes now as Guerrero leads off here for the Panthers. Slightly open stance. Bella Ramon inside the circle. Aiden Barrera behind the plate. Pitches a strike, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hernandez at first, Bags at second, Lewis at third, Cook at short. Barajas in left, Perez in center, and Cullum in right. 2-1 pitch is a shot down first base, and there's a good play there by Hernandez. Going towards the dugout, makes the play. F3 if you're scoring at home, Jeff, but you got to like the way Guerrero went with the pitch to the right side of the field.
Yeah, I mean, you got to like that, but at the same time, she's ahead in the count.
Yeah, she was at 2-1.
You know, you got to, you know, if that's the one you're looking for, you got to take a rip, and she didn't get a lot of it. She hit it off the end of the bat. Wasn't real hard to hit, but the first baseman made a great play, too. She got up and got that ball.
Swing and a miss as Miller steps in now for the Panthers.
I'm getting a lot of wind feedback, Maury. I hope it's not carrying over to everybody at home. Hope y'all don't hear all that wind at home.
I'm hearing a little bit, too. Bunt, pulls back, takes it for a ball. First base umpire palms down, no go. 1 ball and 1 strike, 1 out. Ramon checks the pitch chart. The 1-1 pitch is a strike call right over the heart of the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hayden Renslow, the catcher, waits on deck. Pitcher versus pitcher matchup here, righty-righty. Just off the plate. Wow, that's a close pitch there.
Looks like early on, Maury, that this pitcher's on her game tonight, too.
Working around the plate,
yeah,
really good.
Yeah, she's got
so
everything
far.
going for her. Looks like she's throwing her changeup for a strike. Fastball's right there.
2-2 pitch. Shot right back up to Miller. Up the middle for Miller. She hits it right back where it came from. So the Panthers got the first base runner of the ball game, the first base hit of the ball game. Going to bring up number 12, the catcher, Hayden Renslow. Going to have a courtesy runner for Miller.
And you got a 2-2 fastball right over the plate. You know, on a 2-2 count, Maury, it's supposed to be your best pitch.
And that was
fastball is not her best pitch. Her best pitch is probably that changeup. So I would have been looking for a changeup in that situation, but Trista wasn't. She was looking for that fastball, and she got it out over the plate and hit it. So
first mistake, the Panthers make them pay.
Well, let's see if they can get her in scoring position now.
Salazar running as the courtesy runner for the pitcher, Miller. Renslow, the catcher, steps to the plate.
You know, I can't remember, Maury, if we stole any bases on this catcher last time. I don't believe we did.
No, we didn't. Well, yes, well.
Because as many change-ups as she throws, you would think that might be running at some point.
Strike called. I remember we making it out at third base, but did we try to steal that base at third?
We tried to steal it.
And that was when you had your big hitter waiting on deck.
Yeah.
Well,
I think it was one out. And then we got an out, so it took us out of the inning.
The 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. No balls and 2 strikes. Renslow down in the count. Just got to make contact now, Hayden. Just make a play out there. Got a good, fast courtesy runner at first place in Aliana Salazar.
Now, right now would be a great time to run. You'd be expecting that changeup. There it is.
takes it for a ball.
She got the changeup, and that would have been a good pitch to run on.
And, even though the wind usually doesn't affect the throw, it's going to affect the throw to second base today because it's blowing dead into the catcher.
Absolutely.
The 1-2 pitch down low, 2 balls and 2 strikes. So after falling down 0-2, Renslow has battled back and even the count at 2-2 with 1 out. That ball is lifted into center field. Center fielder Perez over. It gets called off by Barajas in left field and makes the catch. Good communication out there by the Tigers for out number 2. A fly out to the left fielder for out 2. That's going to bring up the shortstop, your cleanup hitter, Katie Burris.
You'd like to have tried to advance the runner there, but once you get 2 strikes on you, it's kind of tough to hit behind the runner and do things like that.
And Jeff, that ball was hit a little better than it showed on the camera because the wind just ate that one up. That ball is lifted in the right field. The wind's going to maybe take that one, but no. Cullum in there and catches it at the base of the wall for out number 3. For the Panthers, no runs on 1 hit. 1 left on base. We're through 1 scoreless. Panther softball will continue in just a moment.
Nobody can design, create, or maintain your lawn better than 3D Landscaping and Irrigation. With over 17 years of experience, owner Ray Doyen and his crew take pride in their craftsmanship and service. They're fully insured, offer free estimates and multiple references, so you know you're getting the best. 3D does landscaping, lawn maintenance, irrigation, tree installation, lighting, and more. Whether it's residential or commercial, 3D Landscaping and Irrigation has you covered. Give 3D a call at 830-985-9115 or find us online at threedlandscaping.com.
The Medina Valley Sports Boosters are proud to support the Medina Valley Panthers. The Boosters are always looking for volunteers and new members. The MVP Boosters raise funds to support the MVISD sports and scholarship programs. Get your Panther swag at the football store located next to the concession stand. We have several items on sale. Join, volunteer, or purchase your Panther swag today at mvpboosters.com.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet. We head to the second scoreless. Panthers with a 1-out single by Miller, but back-to-back flyouts by Renslow and Burris. And Jeff, Burris gave that one a ride a little opposite field, but once again, if it gets up in the wind, it is going to be tough to put something out.
She got what she was looking for in the first pitch, and she just, missed it just by a hair. I still say this is going to be a low-scoring game is what it looks like right now. Both pitchers seem to be zoned in. So it's going to be very important to be smart with their situational play. They're going to have to get runners over.
Exactly.
They're going to have to get base hits when they get a runner over.
This is one of those games, Jeff, where I think the key to the game is the small ball aspect part
there
of it.
There you go.
Kylie Lewis, the third baseman, will lead off here for the Jaguars. Guerrero will bat second, and then Ileana Hernandez, the first baseman, will bat third. So 4, 5, and 6 as Miller sent down the first 3 Jaguars in the first inning via the strikeout. Lewis takes that pitch high, ball 1 ball and no strikes. And Jeff, I can only imagine if the breeze is blowing like this, what is it going to be like tomorrow in Comfort at Buckhorn?
Well,
in open territory on the golf course. Wow.
That's not here yet. All that comes in tonight morning.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If this is just a pre-warning, look out. Lewis fouls that pitch off, evens the count at 1-1. Scoreless here. District championship on the line tonight. Panthers win. There's no co-champions. They are the champions. Ground ball to Guerrero at third. Guerrero with the throw over to Kennedy. Oh, little low, and that's going to be, she's on the way to second. The tag is going to be not in time. And, Jeff, that's one that probably needs to be caught at first base, but Guerrero filled that cleanly and just didn't make a good throw.
No,
just
and,
it over there.
And we've seen her do that a couple times this year, Maury. If she's got too much time, she doesn't throw the ball. But that ball should have been caught at first base, but she's got to throw the ball.
And Lewis doing a heads-up job when it got by Kennedy at first. Lewis
Absolutely.
never hesitated. So there's your first mistake by the Panthers. An error Two-base error. The catcher, Guerrero, at the plate. And Jeff, in that game in Floresville, this young lady laid down a good bunt, but was called out because she was out of the batter's box.
Oh,
you
that's
may
right.
see Coach Perez get that runner to third base.
Oh, absolutely. He should be right now. And if he's not, I mean, I don't understand. In a game like we've already seen,
there it is. Guerrero punches it, and that's a base hit.
God, she's gonna.
As she just jabbed that by Miller. Miller didn't break down, Jeff. She just ran past that ball, and Guerrero just pokes it right in between Guerrero and Miller. That's an infield single.
That is, and you know it's a mistake by Miller, but at the same time, you got to know your bunt coverages. I mean, if she's going to have that part of the field, you know, she's got to break down and be able to make that play. The bunt was bunted pretty firm. And Guerrero was charging too, so that it looked like there was a little mix-up, but one of them two has got to make that play.
Well, you got a runner at third. Guerrero needs to stay home with the runner at second base. So Guerrero just stands up at second. Kind of a fielder's indifference there as there was no throw. Panthers tried to snap throw and try to catch Lewis sleeping at first, but runners at second and third with no outs. Ileana Hernandez, the first baseman at the plate.
What you want to do here is you want to make sure to get an out. And the Panthers are playing back.
Swing and a miss, no balls and 2 strikes.
Strikeout would be great, but you're trying to get an out here. And the worst thing you can have happen is that you misplay a ball or you don't play something right here. And what the batter, what you're trying to do as the pitcher is keep the ball low because you don't want her to get it up in the air. And you've got an 0-2 count right now. So an 0-2 count, you want to keep the ball low. If she does hit it, she hits a soft ground ball or something so that you can make sure of getting at least one out.
And I guarantee you what Coach Perez just informed Miss Hernandez is, hey, just put the ball in play somewhere.
Yeah, and the umpire Maury is doing a smart thing here. That's the second time that the third base coach has called timeout to talk to his batter, and you only get so many in a game. So he's going ahead and starting to mark them down. They normally don't do that.
0-2 pitch, and
And
that
there
ball
you
is
go.
lifted into center field. Going back is Gonzalez, catches it at the wall. 1 run will tag up and score.
That's Maury, and that's exactly what we just talked about. 0-2, you don't want to throw one right down the pipe. And, you know, you want to keep the ball low, but she threw a fastball right down the pipe, and she was able to get under it and drive the ball and get a run home. So you're playing behind now.
So an RBI sacrifice for Hernandez. A run scored by Lewis. Brianna Barajas, the left fielder at the plate, takes the first pitch for a strike.
And now you're looking at the same situation here, Maury. You want to try to keep the ball on the ground if possible so you don't give them a free run on a fly ball in the outfield.
The 0-1 pitch. Foul ball, no balls and 2 strikes. And, Jeff, going back to that bunt coverage, if you got a runner at second base, the third baseman is the one that needs to stay home. Miller has this side of the field. In case it's chopped in front of home plate, you can still eliminate that runner at first base if the catcher's out there.
Yeah, but the third baseman was crashing hard, so they had the third baseman crashing hard, which means the pitcher's responsible for the other side. And you know, for some reason, neither one of them were there. How did that first? Yeah, so that's an unearned run.
Absolutely, a 2-base error to start off the ball game. Barajas down in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. That's the pitch I would have expected Miller to throw when it was 0-2 to Hernandez.
Yeah, absolutely.
Something away off the plate.
Yeah, keep it off the white part of the plate on 0-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, 1 run across. That ball is lifted in the infield. Renslow makes the play behind the home plate for the putout. F2 if you're scoring at home.
Good job pitching there. Got it in on her hands. Didn't give her an opportunity to hit anything into the outfield that time.
Going to bring up number 1, the right fielder, Montana Cullum.
And Maury, if you can minimize the damage right here and get away with just 1 run scored, that's
You've accomplished
success.
something.
That's
Absolutely.
success.
Absolutely.
When you had a 2-base error on the first batter.
Bunts it foul, out of play. Well, you had a 2-base error on the first batter, and then you had a bunt single, and you had runners at second and third with no outs, and he only yielded up 1 run so far.
Well, let's hope that's what carries over here.
Barrera stands at third base.
But one thing I forgot to say also, Maury, is hey, Floresville's playing for a district title too.
Absolutely.
They're going to come. They're not just going to come over here and roll over.
No.
I mean, they're here to play as well, and they're pretty confident. After they beat Medina Valley once already.
Takes the pitch for a strike. No balls and 2 strikes. Miller ahead in the count to Cullum. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and foul back into the screen. And count holds at 2.
I believe, Maury, that in that Floresville game, weren't both of those runs unearned as well?
Yes. Yes, they were.
So Trista's given up 3
well,
unearned. I can't remember.
No, I'll go over here in a second. Ball is lifted into center field. In charging hard is Gonzalez. Cannot make the play. And Jeff, it wasn't because of a lack of effort.
No, she
came in
hard.
Charging, and she made the attempt that only you needed to make to get out of that inning with only 1 run scored. But an RBI single, a 2-out RBI single by Cullum.
That's an earned run, so we know that there's at least 1 now.
So Barrera comes around and scores the 2nd run of the ball game.
And
going to bring up the shortstop, Bailey Cook.
Making us eat our words, Maury, about, Trista comes out in the 1st inning and she's unhittable, strikes out 3 in a row, your first 3 batters. And then all of a sudden, there is 2 outs, isn't there?
Yep, Jeff, that's what an error will do. Start off with a routine ground ball and don't get it, and then a slap bunt, a good bunt by Barrero, pushing it back past the fielders. The 0-1 pitch to Cook is a swing and a miss. No balls and 2 strikes.
And Trista doesn't want to go and play her last home game of her career in high school. She doesn't want it to go like this. So I got a feeling, and she came up in the 1st inning and she got a base hit too. So expect some better things coming.
The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss for the strikeout. But for the Jaguars in that inning, 2 runs on 2 hits, 1 big error by Medina Valley. After 1.5, it's Floresville 2, Medina Valley 0. Panther softball will continue in just a moment.
Security State Bank, your financial partner since 1925 with one simple goal, to be the best bank possible to the families and businesses of South Texas. Check out Security State Bank's competitive rates and services from local people you know and trust. Serving South Texas with 7 convenient locations, including 1726 Highway 90 East in Castroville. Call 830-538-9898 or online at securitystbk.com. Equal housing lender. Member FDIC.
The folks from Shot and Bowl at Decock Farm invite you out this weekend to enjoy Belgian sausage on a bun, fresh cut fries with their homemade andalouse sauce, or a Belgian waffle with strawberries, whipped cream, and Belgian chocolate drizzle. They've got lawn games and a pretty cool playground to keep you and the kids entertained. Open Thursday through Saturday, 5 to 11 p.m. Check out shotandbull.com or their Facebook page to see upcoming live music and public events. If you're looking to host an event of your own, consider Shotzi's Barn and Barnyard. It's got some good old-fashioned rustic charm with lots of fresh air. They'd be honored to celebrate life's best moments with you at Shot and Bowl at Decock Farm.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet. We head to the bottom of the 2nd. Medina Valley trailing 2-0. Panthers will send to the plate Sotelo, Upton, and Dominguez. And Jeff, you're talking about the earned runs. What happened in that ball game was 2 misplayed fly balls into left field, if you can remember correctly. One of them should have been caught, but it wasn't even touched, so we give them a base hit. And then right back after that, 2 batters later, the same situation. If you remember correctly. Remember?
I'm trying.
Right at the wall.
Mm-hmm.
So Sotelo steps to the plate for the Panthers. Sotelo, Upton, and Dominguez. Panthers in a 2-0 hole here. First pitch is a shot down third base. Foul ball. And her feet were in play, but I think the ball was outside.
Well, he's got to make that call quicker. Sotelo's just standing there. She's got to run. She hit the ball like, foul ball, but he didn't call it foul.
Lewis tried to bring that in at third base, but it just carried foul. So no balls and 1 strike. A changeup, a swing, and a miss. No balls and 2 strikes. That changeup's
pretty coming out of her hand. You really can't tell if it's a fastball or a changeup.
No balls and 2 strikes. Ramon ahead in the count. Ball 1, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Madison Sotelo has been swinging a hot bat here for the Panthers of late. The 1-2 pitch, high, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
See, that was that changeup again. 2-2 here. I don't know if she'll throw that changeup again, but I'd be sitting on a fastball.
2-2 pitch is outside, 3 balls and 2 strikes. So Sotelo, after falling behind, 0-2 is now a full count. Payoff pitch coming. Panthers need some base runners. Lights are on early here at the complex, Jeff.
A little overcast.
Ramon with the payoff pitch. Shot right back up the middle. Lead off single by Madison Sotelo. That's what the Panthers need to do. Let's just chip away here. Kaylee Upton, the extra hitter, steps to the plate for the Panthers.
Well, here again now, you still got to play for 1 run.
Absolutely.
You know, you got to play to get that first run home. And you're just in the 2nd inning, so I believe Upton should be bunting her over here. Let the bottom of the order have a shot at bringing her home.
Aubrey Dominguez waits on deck. First pitch to Upton is a strike called.
Wow.
That looked a little high over the strike zone, didn't it?
That did look high, and Upton was not squaring around a bunt either.
In a little on the corners. Hernandez at first and Lewis at third. Hernandez in a little bit further at first. Attempted to bunt, but pulled back. Charging hard on the corners. Lewis and Hernandez.
Yeah, and if I was Upton and if she was a more experienced bunter, I would have paid attention to that charge because they were crashing hard all 3 spots. I'd have tried to push bunt right there.
1-2 pitch. Bunted through it. 1-2, excuse me. That was 1-1. Now it's 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Now Upton's got the little things. Now Upton's got to protect the plate and try to advance the runner.
Just put the ball in play somewhere. Make the Jaguars make a play on defense. The 1-2 pitch is outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
He hadn't given that outside corner
yet.
No,
a little different behind the plate in Guerrero. She's not showing as much enthusiasm on a pitch as she thinks is close.
Yeah.
Ball 3, so 2 times in a row now.
Well,
Ramon has got ahead, no balls and 2 strikes. Now it's full count once again to Upton.
So what she's been doing is trying to pick around the corners and not give anything right over the middle.
Payoff pitch coming. Ground ball to short. Shortstop Cook over to second for 1. The Bags relay, throw to first and not in time. Fielder's choice. Sotelo is retired 6-4 for out number 1. That's going to bring up the right fielder, Aubrey Dominguez. Gabby Cancino waits on deck. Ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Coach Quintello flashing the signals down there at third base. Dominguez steps back in. The 1-0 pitch for Ramon as a bunt. Third baseman charging in. The second baseman covering. And that's a good play there by the second baseman covering. The throw to third is not in time, Jeff, but you got to slide.
You got to slide, and I don't know what Upton was looking at because the shortstop was there. I guess she saw the ball drop by the first baseman. Well, that was the play before. I'm not sure what she said, but hey, you know what? Got the runner over to third base.
6-4, Jeff. And Bags with a great play covering first and second.
Yeah,
the throw was offline and into dirt, and Bags just scooped it.
That's
saved an out there.
Yeah, saved a run probably.
So Gabby Cancino now at the plate for the Panthers. 2 outs, runner at second. First pitch is low, ball 1.
That's that changeup. If you can recognize that changeup, if they can figure out a way to pick up that changeup out of her hand, her fastball's hittable. And, we've got 2 hits off that fastball already tonight.
So Upton stands at third with 2 outs. The 1-0 pitch to Gabby is a strike called.
Well, there's
First time we've seen that.
So is it the same as 0-0 as it is with 0-2? Because 0-2 he's not calling it, or 1-2 he's not calling it.
But that
you start getting that, if she starts getting that pitch call, it's going to be a long night for the Panthers.
The 1-1 pitch.
There's that changeup again.
Ground ball down the first base
line.
Foul.
That time she's lucky that the pitcher's lucky that Cancino just missed it, because that one got up a little bit, and if it falls down right there at the numbers, people can catch up to it. But 2 strikes now, Maury.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2-0 is the score. Runner at third. Gabby takes the pitch high. 2-2. Dukes is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, it's two pitches
outs
in a row now with the changeup that she's gotten a little high with it.
Wants Guerrero to go over to signals again. Checks the sleeve. Pitch sleeve for the call from the dugout. The 2-2 pitch. Fouled out of play. Gabby tough there for the Panthers at the plate. Upton stands at third. Panthers trailing 2-0 here in the bottom of the second. The 2-2 pitch. Outside, 3 balls and 2 strikes. So the payoff pitch coming to Cancino. Gonzalez waits on deck here. Panthers keep this inning going. Low, ball 4. Runners at the corners. Elena Gonzalez, the center fielder, at the plate.
Maury, I don't know in a normal situation you would do something like this. Coach is already telling them watch for the bunt. But with your 9-hole batter up, I don't know that you would delay steal normally. But in this situation, to get that 1 run home and trade an out for that run, I almost would do it.
You probably have your smartest base runner at first.
And right now, it looks like they're going to give her second base.
Strike called. No balls and 1 strike.
I guarantee if she gets 2 strikes, they're going to do it. They may do it right here.
Well, it looks like you said, it looks like they're conceding second base.
Yeah, they're playing really wide.
And, you have your number 9 hitter at the plate, and your pitcher has been playing. Bunts it in the air. Catcher Guerrero with the play. And, Jeff, that was a ball. That pitch was too high to attempt that.
Yeah, it's just, nothing to be said there.
F3 for the final out of the inning for the Panthers. No runs on 1 hit, 2 left on base. We're going to the third. Panthers trail 2-0. Panther softball will continue in just a moment.
Headed out to the game? Then make a stop at your local Valley Mart convenience store. With 12 area locations, Valley Mart is always right around the corner. Fuel yourself and your vehicle with quality branded gas and diesel, snacks, and fountain drinks. Always convenient, well lit with clean restrooms. Valley Mart, family owned and operated since 1984, and a proud supporter of Medina Valley athletics and area youth sports for over 30 years.
Truck Month is going on now at North Park Chevrolet. Get the lowest posted prices of the year, plus 0.9% APR financing for 72 months, and an additional $1,000 for accessories on every new Chevrolet truck, like a 2020 Colorado Crew Cab, posted at $24,999, or the all-new Silverado, posted at $29,999. Experience Chevrolet, the North Parkway, 10 minutes outside Loop 410 in Castroville, or at npchevy.com.
Welcome back to Panther softball as we head to the third. Floresville will send to the plate 1, 2, 3. Perez, Baggs, and Ramon. All 3 strikeout victims in the first inning. Bat here in the third. Floresville ahead 2-0 in this big matchup. First pitch, squares around the bunt, pulls it back. Not even going to attempt to appeal it. She pulled back way in time. Pitch was outside and high. 1 ball and no strikes. The 1-0 pitch way high, 2 balls and no strikes. Perez playing center field. If I'm not mistaken, Jeff, I think that is Coach Perez's daughter.
Yes, I believe so. I think we found that out the first time we played.
2-0 pitch, that's down low. Miller hasn't been close with 3 pitches here, starting off the third. Leadoff batter who you definitely don't want her to get on base via the walk. Make her earn it. Bags waits on deck. The 3-0 pitch. Strike called right down the middle, taken all the way is Perez, which that's the right thing to do in that situation. So let's see if Miller can work all the way back from 3-0. 3-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Deals up the count now. Payoff pitch coming as Perez leads off here in the third.
Yeah, and Maury, our game will possibly finish before some of these other games get started that have playoff implications. So if anybody's out there listening and y'all have any information on the scores or anything once they get started, let us know so we can let everybody else know around here. Shoot us a tweet, Facebook us, whatever means you have necessary.
Full count once again to Perez. Fouls that first full count pitch off. Payoff pitch by Miller once again.
Right down. Oh.
Wow.
Wow.
That was was close to take there, but a leadoff walk issued. That's going to bring up the second baseman, Brenna Baggs. Baggs is 0 for 1. She struck out in the first inning.
Well, she'll be bunting here. Unless Perez is really fast, and when your dad's the coach, you're probably pretty fast.
Swing and a miss.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be giving up an out here. He'll probably be letting her steal sooner or later.
No ball and 1 strike. Perez with a leadoff walk at first.
So they got the sign from the coach.
The 0-2, that 0-1 is bunted. A diving play by Guerrero, and that's going to go foul in foul ball territory off the glove of Guerrero. And Jeff, you cannot complain about the error, but that's the worst thing that could have happened in that situation.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It looked like her and Renslow were both going at it, and Guerrero hesitated a little bit, and it's just not good. Not good ball, Maury. That ball's up in the air, and somebody's got to catch it.
So runners at first and second now with no outs. Bella Ramon, the pitcher, at the plate. Bella struck out to end inning number 1. But the Jaguars have something going here once again. Runners at first and second with nobody out.
You go from a possible double play.
That ball is lifted into left field. Sotelo gives chase, but the ball falls in foul ball territory.
You go to from a possible double play to first and second with nobody out.
I'm not even sure how to score that.
It's almost you almost got to give her an error, but the effort was there.
Yeah.
I mean, and it would have been a great play if she would have made it. So with that being said, it's got to be a base hit.
The 0-2 pitch is high. Good job there by Renslow going up and getting
the rise
that pitch.
Ball. You'd expect the changeup to come back now. I think that's what she struck her out on the first time she faced her tonight.
So the 1-2 pitch to Ramon, foul
Came
back.
right back with a fastball. That's too good of a pitch, Maury. 1-2 right there.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Ramon at the plate. Nobody out. Panthers trail 2-0. Floresville with runners at first and second. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss for out number 1. That's going to bring up Kylie Lewis, the third baseman. Lewis reached on an error and then came around and scored.
She hit the ball to Guerrero.
Absolutely.
Now this time she hits one to Guerrero. Guerrero can step on third base and throw it across for a double play. Don't see that very often in softball.
Lewis takes the pitch for a strike. No balls and 1 strike.
Renslow's got to be careful playing around out there, throwing it down to the shortstop. You don't want to put these more than 1 run in scoring position.
Lewis 0 for 1, reached an error but scored a run. Takes the pitch for a strike. No balls and 2 strikes.
Number 4 here, Maury, should not get anything over the white here in the next 3 pitches with runners on first and second.
The 0-2 pitch. A lot of white on that pitch. Count holds and no balls and 2 strikes.
Can hear her mom in the background back here saying that was too good. That was too good.
So 2 runners on, 1 out. Lewis at the plate. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts.
See, she did a good job there keeping that pitch low. That was probably going to be called a ball. Good job by Miller pitching there.
That's 6 strikeouts so far. It's going to bring up Aiden Barrera. Barrera singled and came around and scored on Cullum's single.
Is this the one that went right back up the middle?
This is the one that bunted right in between the gap in between Guerrero and...
Oh, okay. This was the bunt.
Yep. After Lewis led off with the error and got the second base, she slapped one in between Guerrero and Miller.
Yep, the push bunt.
Yep, singled and came around and scored on Cullum's RBI single.
Big at bat right here, Maury. Big at bat.
The 1-0 pitch is low. 2 balls and no strikes.
Cannot afford to get down by any more runs.
No, and I know Barrero is single already, but I'd like to get her
make her earn
as
the single.
Third out because Hernandez showed that even against the wind, she backed up Gonzalez against the fence.
Yeah, she squared one up pretty good.
But she got the first RBI on the sacrifice. The dead center field. Swing and a miss. 2 balls and 1 strike. Barrera didn't get cheated on that swing. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Way high, and that's going to be a wild pitch. Runners advance to second and third. And the scoreboard has 2 and 2. I think it's 3 and 1, but I could be wrong. I think the only strike was a swing, was it?
2 strikes. Yeah, she had 1 called.
Did she? Okay.
Yep.
So 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I think the scoreboard is correct this time.
Okay, 2-2. 2 outs, 2 runners on. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. So after the error, after the walk and the fielder's choice, 3 strikeouts in a row. No runs on no hits, 2 left on base. We head to the third. Panthers trailing 2-0. Panther softball will continue in just a moment.
Medina Electric Cooperative was built by this community more than 80 years ago to deliver safe, reliable, and affordable energy. We are proud to serve this community beyond the power lines. You can find us supporting your kids' Little League, sponsoring school events, hosting safety presentations, and more. We're honored to belong to this community. Keep up with Medina Electric from the power lines to the sidelines on social media or at medinaec.org.
Peerless Equipment, your South Texas irrigation experts. Peerless Equipment specializes in sales and service of irrigation equipment to the agricultural and wildlife industries. This includes hose reels, big guns, pivot systems, underground pipelines, turbine well pumps, booster pumps, motors, valves, and an inventory of much more. Stop by one of their locations in Hondo and Pearsall or give them a call at 210-434-7867. Peerless Equipment, bringing water to you.
Welcome back to Panther softball as we head to the bottom of the third. Panthers will send to the plate 1, 2, 3, Guerrero, Miller, and Renslow.
Yeah, this is now next 4 batters more. You gotta scratch something. It's not do or die time, but your leaders of your team have got to, show the rest of these girls that they can do something.
So Ramon back out there in the circle for the Jaguars. Guerrero at the plate. Ground ball to short. Shortstop Cook with a long throw across the diamond. Hernandez with a good stretch at first. 6-3 on the putout for out number 1. Going to bring up the pitcher, Trista Miller. Trista is 1 for 1, singled but was stranded at first base. And she took one right back up the middle in inning number 1. Cook doing a good job of going opposite glove hand to make that play going towards third base. And a good strong throw over to first.
She got a beautiful hop and, hopped right into her glove, and she made a good throw over there.
All in one motion. The 1-0 pitch. Miller delivers that, and that's going to be a drive down the first base line, but out of play. Going to even the count at 1-1.
Good pitch there from the pitcher. There wasn't much she could do with that one on a 1-0 count.
So Hernandez playing back behind the base at first. Miller fakes the bunt and pulls it back. She is determined not to give up extra bases down the right field side. Lewis a little bit in at third, about 3 steps off the foul line. The 2-1 pitch is low, 3 balls and 1 strike. Panthers will take base runners any way they can get them. Ramon, the 3-1 pitch. Ground ball to short. Cook with it over to first. Big stretch there by the first baseman. That's when you got a big target over there with that big wingspan. Can get away with something that's thrown a little bit offline.
Yeah, that's what, when you got a big target over there, I'm talking about tall. When you got a big, tall target, you don't want to leave one short.
No.
You want to make sure if you're going to throw something high, something off, you want to throw it off high.
And she's shown even with that big wingspan that she could dig it out of the
She
dirt
can get
also.
down and take it too.
So that's going to bring up Renslow. Renslow is 0 for 1. Flew out to the left fielder. Barajas in the first inning for out number 2. Takes that pitch for a strike. No balls and 1 strike. So 2 hard-hit balls, Jeff, by the Panthers, but right at Cook at short. Ground ball, that's through the third baseman. And Cook almost thought about cutting that one loose, but thought otherwise. Yeah. That's going to be an error on the third baseman. And let's see if Katie
that's what
Burris.
You want. You bring up your best hitter, your power hitter, team leader in home runs. You want her on with runners on base and a chance to tie the game.
She took McCullum to the fence in right field, her first at bat.
Well, she needs to quit worrying about the wind and just hit the ball. Katie has enough power to hit it right through that wind.
First pitch, change up right over the plate. Wow, and I think Burris would like that. See that pitch again.
Yeah, she looked like she was expecting change-up. She wasn't about to swing at it. She got a first pitch fastball last time. She may get another change-up here.
The 0-1 pitch is outside, 1-1. Renslow is the runner at first base with 2 outs. Reached on an E5. Tying run at the plate in the order of Katie Burris. The 1-1 pitch. Ball low, 2 balls and 1 strike.
Something in a gap would be nice, too.
Bella Ramon getting the sign from the dugout. Checks the wristband. The 2-1 pitch. Ball is lifted in the right field and is going to carry foul right in the corner.
Yep. Katie's another one of the seniors, Maury, playing her last regular season game here at Panther Field. Trista Miller, Katie Burris.
I thought Trista was only a junior.
Nope, Trista is a senior.
So 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs, runner at first. Burris fouls that one down the first baseline. Third baseline, excuse me.
I think one of the Salazars is a senior.
So the count holds at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs, 2-0 in favor of Floresville. Burris fouls that one back. Count stays at 2-2. Madison Sotelo waits on deck for the Panthers. Should Burris keep the third inning going here for Medina Valley. The 2-2 pitch. That ball is lifted in the left field. The left fielder, Barajas, plays the win and catches it right on the foul ball line for out number 3 for the Panthers in that inning. No runs, no hits, 1 left on base. We're through 3. Panthers trail 2-0. Panther softball will continue in just a moment.
Are you ready for a vacation? Tanya with Travel by Design can help you with all your vacation destination needs. At no cost to you, she can plan all of the details tailored to your unique wants and needs. So all you have to do is enjoy your vacation. Tanya is a certified expert with Disney, Universal Orlando, and California, Sandals, and all cruise lines. Give Tanya a call at 830-931-4834 or visit her Facebook page, Tanya with Travel by Design, for all the latest specials and must-do vacations.
Qualifications, rules, and limitations apply. Rates, rewards, and restrictions may vary by account. Contact institution for details.
Tickets, popcorn, and sodas. That'll be $35. Cash or debit?
Debit! I'd like to use my debit card, please. Can I do it?
Okay.
All right! Swiping now!
What if paying with your debit card was always this exciting? Kasasa Cashback is a free checking account that pays you for everyday debit card purchases every month you qualify. Plus, with ATM withdrawal fee refunds nationwide, that's a lot of extra cash to spend on whatever you like.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Community National Bank. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet. We head to the 4th. Panthers trail 2-0 here to Floresville. Floresville will send to the plate 6, 7, and 8. Hernandez, Barajas, and Cullum. Barajas has no official at-bats and an RBI. She had a sacrifice fly that played at Lewis for the first run of the ball game. 7 strikeouts out of the 9 outs. But it's been 2 big errors, or 1 big error that has cost the Panthers a couple of runs here. 7 strikeouts, 2 flyouts. So the first baseman steps to the plate here for Floresville in the 4th. First pitch is a strike called on the outside part of the plate. No balls and 1 strike. Jeff, what a crowd here tonight. Both teams.
Ooh, big game.
Absolutely. What else is there to do on a Friday in South Texas but come and support your Panthers? 1 ball, 1 strike.
Or your Jaguars.
Or your Jaguars, as Floresville brought a good contingency of their own. The ball is lifted into shallow right field. Casino goes back in foul ball territory. Over the shoulder catch makes the play.
It's a nice play by Casino because the wind's pushing it away from her.
So F4 if you're scoring at home. Dominguez also was in the area there, but Casino taking control for the putout. That's going to bring up Brianna Barajas. Barajas popped out to the catcher for the second out of inning number 2. So she is 0 for 1. She takes it. First pitch for a strike, no balls and 1 strike. Barajas is playing left field tonight for Floresville. So made a couple of good plays out there in this wind. Ground ball is short. Burris with the throw across the diamond. Kennedy with the stretch and applies the tag.
That's a great play there. Great play by Mackenzie
Great job
Kennedy.
by Mackenzie Kennedy going up the line. Throw was wide. Mackenzie Kennedy brings it in and applies the tag. So that's a blue star on that play. 6-3 for out number 2. First ground out of the ball game. That's going to bring out Montana Cullum. Montana is 1 for 1 with a RBI. Playing right field for Floresville. Takes the first pitch for a strike. No balls and 1 strike. And that's another example, Jeff, of having a big wingspan there at first base.
Yeah.
The 0-1 pitch. Wow.
Mackenzie made a great play, and she also had where of mind to swipe at the runner as the runner passed by.
So 1 ball and 1 strike now to Cullum. That ball is lifted, foul out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Maury, I think the wind picked up again.
It actually did, because the Old Glory and the Texas flag, and people have got to be hearing the whistling in the background, because I can hear it through my headset.
Yeah.
And it has picked up, I bet, at least 10 miles an hour since the start of the ball game.
Well, it kind of got a little flat there for a little while.
3 hopper to Burris. Burris with the throw over. That was on target. 6-3 for the putout. 3 up, 3 down for Miller. No runs, no hits. Nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Panthers need to get something going. They trail 2-0. Panther softball will continue in just a moment.
Truck Month is going on now at North Park Chevrolet. Get the lowest posted prices of the year, plus 0.9% APR financing for 72 months, and an additional $1,000 for accessories on every new Chevrolet truck, like a 2020 Colorado Crew Cab posted at $24,999, or the all-new Silverado posted at $29,999. Experience Chevrolet, the North Parkway, 10 minutes outside Loop 410 in Castroville, or at npchevy.com.
Medina Electric Cooperative was built by this community more than 80 years ago to deliver safe, reliable, and affordable energy. We are proud to serve this community beyond the power lines. You can find us supporting your kids' Little League, sponsoring school events, hosting safety presentations, and more. We're honored to belong to this community. Keep up with Medina Electric from the power lines to the sidelines on social media or at medinaec.org.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Panthers trailing 2-0 here in this big district matchup. Sotelo, Upton, and Dominguez. Madison Sotelo is 1 for 1. She led off the 2nd inning with a base hit and then was erased a 6-4 putout at second base on a ground ball by Upton. So 1 for 1 in the ball game. Panthers with 2 hits. Panthers have left 4 runners on, Jeff, for the first 3 innings.
You know, that last inning they got their lead off, or the 3rd inning, they got their leadoff runner on, and they weren't able to advance the leadoff runner.
Oh,
and then, and there again, there's the pitcher showing up the umpire again by giving him the palms up.
What was that at? Yeah.
I mean, it was high. But you got to be careful as an athlete whenever you start showing up an umpire.
The 1-1 pitch is a strike. Oh, that looked like a pretty good pitch.
It was a little low, and he hadn't really called that low one.
So Sotelo ahead in the count now, 2 balls and 1 strike. Madison playing left field tonight. The 2-1 pitch, ball low, 3 balls and 1 strike. And Jeff, anything that is in the air tonight is going to be trouble for any fielder, because the wind is got to be gusting up to 30 miles an hour, blowing straight in from left field. Ramon, the 3-1 pitch, a ground ball to shortstop. Our second bags over and makes the throw to first for the putout. So 4-3 if you're scoring at home for the out. Sotelo got a hold of that one, Jeff, but
yeah, she hit it. She squared it up, but just hit it right at her.
Just hit it right at Renna Baggs at second base. Renslow now steps to the plate. Upton now steps to the plate. Kaylee is 0 for 1. Fielder's choice, her first at bat, and was stranded in scoring position there in the 2nd inning. Takes the first pitch down low on her feet. 1 ball and no strikes. Upton takes a pitch right down the middle for a strike. Evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike.
And Maury, their pitcher has done a really good job of keeping, runners off the base paths.
Down low.
She throws strikes when she needs to throw strikes. She's around the plate whenever she needs to, be around the plate. She's done a real good job pitching to contact.
2 balls and 1 strike. Up and takes it for a ball. 3 balls and 1 strike. I hope you just jinxed her, Jeff.
Yeah, I mean, not a single strikeout.
Not a single strikeout and 1 walk.
But lots of ground outs.
Yep, 5 ground outs and 4 flyouts. Ground ball to Bags at second, over to first for the out. Another 4-3 put out. That's back-to-back.
I mean, that's a.
Bags.
Was that a 3-1 pitch?
That was 3 balls and 1 strike.
That's just not a good swing for 3-1. And and these young hitters from Medina Valley will learn eventually. But you got to put more wood on the ball whenever you're 3-1 count like that.
So Dominguez now steps to the plate. Dominguez is 0 for 1. Was erased 6-4 for the second out in inning 2. Takes the first pitch, down the count, 0-1. Dominguez with a swing and a miss, no balls and 2 strikes. Panthers bat here in the bottom of the 4th. On the losing end here of a 2-0 score so far. The 0-2 pitch to Dominguez is high. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Good job of laying off that pitch by Dominguez.
Gabby Cancino waits on deck for Medina Valley. Ramon checks the wristband for the pitch. The 1-2 to Dominguez. Strike called, a backwards K, a strikeout looking for out number 3. So the Panthers go down in order. First strikeout of the ball game. No runs, no hits, nobody left on base. We head to the 5th. Medina Valley trailing 2-0. Panther softball will continue in just a moment.
Bush's Chicken, one of the oldest locations in Castroville, is proud to serve the Medina Valley area. Bush's Chicken has one goal: be the best. Bush's Chicken knows its success comes from loyal customers in the communities they serve. Stop by Bush's Chicken on Tuesday and get the Tender Tuesday deal, or try their buffalo fries and ask about their Panther special. It's always a hit. Bush's Chicken, 935 Highway 90 East in Castroville. Call them at 830-538-2800.
The pace of business is faster than ever. That's why when you need a business loan, you want a bank that can act fast. Not only do you get great rates and fast answers, you get the financial advice you need to keep your business growing. It's a better way to borrow. Stop by and let's talk. Come home to Castroville State Bank. Member FDIC. Visit us online at castrovillestatebank.com.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet. We head to the 5th. Panthers trail 2-0. 9-1-2. Cook bunts it to Miller. Miller with the play to first base, 1-3 for the quick put out in inning number 5. Going to go back to the top of the order with Yolin Perez. Perez is 0 for 1, a strikeout and walk, but was stranded on third base. So 0 for 1 in the contest. Ball is lifted to Burris in shortstop for the putout. Little lazy fister out to Burris, so 2 pitches, 2 quick outs for Miller. It's going to bring up the second baseman, Brenna Baggs. Baggs is 1 for 2, a single and a strikeout in the first inning, and then a single in the third. She was stranded at second base in inning number 3. Bats here now with 2 outs. First pitch to Baggs is a ball low, 1 ball and no strikes.
Trista is due for an easy inning. 3 pitches so far, I think. Maybe that's 4.
Nope, that's just 3.
That's 3.
That's 4. Ball 2, though. 2 balls and no strikes. Bags bats here for Floresville with 2 outs. The 2-0 pitch is a strike call, 2 balls and 1 strike. The pitcher, Bella Ramon, waits on deck. But Bags needs to reach the bases before Ramon comes up to the bat. Ground ball to Cancino at second. Gabby over to first for the putout. 4-3 for the putout, so a quick inning. 6-pitch inning there for Miller. No runs, no hits, nobody left on base. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Panthers need to get the bats alive. Trail 2-0. Panther softball will continue in just a moment.
Nobody can design, create, or maintain your lawn better than 3D Landscaping and Irrigation. With over 17 years of experience, owner Ray Doyen and his crew take pride in their craftsmanship and service. They're fully insured, offer free estimates and multiple references, so you know you're getting the best. 3D does landscaping, lawn maintenance, irrigation, tree installation, lighting, and more. Whether it's residential or commercial, 3D Landscaping and Irrigation has you covered. Give 3D a call at 830-985-9115 or find us online at threedlandscaping.com.
The Medina Valley Sports Boosters are proud to support the Medina Valley Panthers. The Boosters are always looking for volunteers and new members. The MVP Boosters raise funds to support the MVISD sports and scholarship programs. Get your Panther swag at the football store located next to the concession stand. We have several items on sale. Join, volunteer, or purchase your Panther swag today at mvpboosters.com.
Welcome back to Panther softball as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Floresville making that 2-run lead in the second, hold up here through the bottom of the 5th. Panthers will send to the plate Cancino, Gonzalez, and Guerrero. 8, 9, and 1. Gabby has no official at bats. Now she's got one. That's a base hit as she walked with 2 outs in the second. Third base hit of the ball game, and that's what the Panthers needed right there.
So I'm going to go out on a limb here, Maury, and say this is going to be a bunting situation. And this is one of those situations we talked about, Maury. You're sacrificing yourself.
Well, and last time in this situation, Elena popped up to the catcher.
Yep.
And that's
she
the
did
same
it again.
Thing. Catcher again, once again.
You cannot do that. You cannot. That is a killer mistake right there, Maury. Killer mistake. You have got to be able to get that bunt. And she's one of the better bunters on the team.
So we get back to the top of the order in Madison Guerrero. Now what did they call out? They called Casino out for something, and Jeff, and I'm not sure what they called her out for.
I don't know. Left early. Oh my gosh.
So that means Gonzalez goes back to the plate, and that's just switching out outs. Wow, that's almost as big a mistake as the bunt to the catcher.
Yeah. You know, the mistakes are just piling up for the Panthers, Maury, and they should not be this late in the season after what they've been going through the second half of this season. It's almost like the pressure's getting to them.
So Gonzalez squares around and bunts this one foul. Down in the count, no balls and 1 strike.
So there's 1 out.
Yes, but no runners on. The 0-1 pitch, outside, 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch, line drive to the first baseman for the putout. F3 for out number 2. That's going to bring up the leadoff batter, Madison Guerrero. Guerrero is 0 for 2. Lined out to the first baseman and then grounded out to Cook shortstop.
You
So
know,
she is 0 for 2.
Other than the error they had earlier that didn't hurt anything, they've really taken care of business again, Maury, just like they did in the first game.
Well, Jeff, you run yourself out of an inning right there.
Sure. And that's the same thing Medina Valley did in the first game. Ran themselves out of an inning.
Just the mental mistakes that you just cannot have that in a ball game of this magnitude. 1 ball and no strikes. Guerrero bats with 2 outs.
One other thing, Maury, is you want to get as many base runners as you can because you want to get the top of the order back up again in the 7th.
Well, you got your top of the order back up here.
You got them right now, but you need to get a couple of base runners here in this inning or the next innings just so you can get them around again.
Off the plate, 3 balls and no strikes. And the breeze is blowing.
Well, I can't wait to play golf tomorrow in this.
Oh, yeah, I can really hit a 110-yard driver now. 3-0 count. Strike call, 3 balls and 1 strike. Taken all the way, and that's a good job because the Panthers need base runners.
Well, going back to Cancino coming off the bag early, you didn't get no argument from either one of the Panther coaches, but they're not known to really question calls much.
3-1 pitch, ground ball. Cook goes in the hole and doesn't make the play. That's an error on Cook. So that's the first error. That's the second error of the ball game.
Yeah, that's tailor-made right there.
And that was she just took her eye off of it.
Glove side, all you got to do is stick your glove down, field it, swivel your hips, and throw her out.
As good a plays as she made on the other 4 ground balls she's gotten, that was the easiest one.
Yeah, it actually was.
Miller now at the plate. Trista is 1 for 2, a base hit and a ground out to the shortstop. Takes the first pitch outside, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. See if the Panthers can strike while the iron's hot here.
Maury, we talked a lot about the catcher in the first time they played, about how animated she was. She's done a really good job. We got to give her credit, too. She's played solid back there, and she's done a good job of keeping her emotions intact and not showing up the umpire.
Well, it's the pitcher that's showing.
It was the pitcher this time.
But just a couple of them.
Yeah.
Just showing some
not
emotion.
Too bad.
No, 2 balls and no strikes now to Miller. Guerrero the runner at first. Miller the tying run at the plate. 3 balls and no strikes. And Jeff, I don't let Miller see a strike over the middle now.
Yeah, I don't think I do either. You'd rather have somebody like Katie Burris in the circle right now coming up, but you've got Renslow in there for a reason, and she's got to get paid to come in and earn her money too.
So if your coach would tell her right now 3-0 count, do you give Miller the green light with knowing that it's going to be hard to hit one out, but knowing that she casts some pop? No. Taking all the way?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're taking. Yeah, still a walk's better than an out.
Absolutely.
Like I said, you still want to get base runners.
Yep. So after the visit to the mound by Coach Perez, Miller stands in there with a 3-0 count. Guerrero at first. Strike called. 3 balls and 1 strike. Miller taking all the way there. The 3-1 pitch. What do we? Oh, okay.
Go 3 now.
Go 3.
Yeah, she walked her, and then the catcher made her first mistake.
Well, they were waiting because he didn't make a call on whether there was a strike or not.
Well, that's a ball.
Well, I know, but you still need to say something. And that's what Coach Perez is going to come argue.
And he's arguing. He just warned him. He just told him, you go sit down on the bench. He just gave him the seatbelt.
So runners at the corners now with 1 out.
So
Renslow steps to the plate. Hayden flew out and reached on an error.
Coach is fired up. He's hollering at his team now. He's fired up.
Well, and they relaxed a little bit there.
They did. And, catcher made a mistake. There was 2 outs, Maury, so you don't throw out anyway.
Nope.
I mean.
So Renslow now with the biggest at bat of the ball game so far for the Panthers as they trail 2-0. First pitch is high. One ball and no strikes, runners at the corners.
Miller, interesting here. Miller's running for herself.
strike called.
I would put the delay on.
1 ball and 1 strike.
I still need to get that run across, Maury. She gets out or not, you still got to get that run across.
1-1 pitch.
Oh, she was a straight still.
Oh, they called that pitch a strike, and it was inside on the hands.
He called
Are you
that a
kidding
strike?
me? 1 ball and 2 strikes now is the count.
Looks
wow.
like the coach got to the umpire. Wow.
That was a terrible
So we
call.
got 2 strikes, Maury.
Yep. Ground ball. Count hold, and Jeff, that's intimidation. He let the coach get to him there.
Yes, he did.
That pitch was nowhere close to
That
being
was
a
not.
strike.
No, he hadn't called that one all night.
Miller heads down to second on a fielder's indifference, so the tying run is at second base. But Renslow in the hole here, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Good job of fouling off that changeup.
Count holds at 1 and 2. See which one blinks first, Renslow or Ramon. Tying runs in scoring
It'd be
position
nice to get a
here.
pass ball or something right here, Maury.
The 1-2 pitch. That's high, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Sure would be nice to get Renslow on base, too.
This is as loud as this stadium's been in a long time.
2-2 count.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. Swing and a miss.
Well, she had to swing at that one.
Well, he took the bat out of her
He took the bat out of her hands because he called the other one a strike.
That's horrible. That's horrible. For the Panthers in that inning, no runs on 1 hit. 2 left on base. We head to the 6th. Panthers trail 2-0. Panther softball will continue in just a moment.
Security State Bank, your financial partner since 1925 with one simple goal, to be the best bank possible to the families and businesses of South Texas. Check out Security State Bank's competitive rates and services from local people you know and trust. Serving South Texas with 7 convenient locations, including 1726 Highway 90 East in Castroville. Call 830-538-9898 or online at securitystbk.com. Equal housing lender. Member FDIC.
Truck Month is going on now at North Park Chevrolet. Get the lowest posted prices of the year, plus 0.9% APR financing for 72 months, and an additional $1,000 for accessories on every new Chevrolet truck, like a 2020 Colorado Crew Cab, posted at $24,999, or the all-new Silverado, posted at $29,999. Experience Chevrolet, the North Parkway, 10 minutes outside Loop 410 in Castroville, or at npchevy.com.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet. We head to the 6th. Panthers trailing 2-0. Had a golden opportunity there, but a couple of questionable calls by the officiating kind of took the Panthers right out of that inning.
Oh, yeah.
And Jeff, I know I'm not trying to sound like a homer, but that was bad.
That was bad. And, we don't know the call at first base to lead the inning off if she left early or not. I mean, that's her job out there. She saw her leave early. There was no argument. But this umpire behind home plate he gave the coach a warning because of the stolen base, and he didn't call ball 4 fast enough. The coach came right out and argued ball strikes or whatever, and he warned him right away. But he allowed that coach to intimidate him, and that you cannot do, because then he made his first 2 bad calls of the game.
3-4-5, Ramon, Lewis, and Guerrero. Swing and a miss. Ramon.
And you just hate to see that. You hate to see that in the game. Hey, keep calling the game like you've called it. Don't change anything.
1 ball and 1 strike. 0 for 2 is Ramon. Strikeout victim both times versus Miller. Foul back. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Now, with that being said, you're down to 6 outs.
Yes.
You got to get more base runners. You got to get around. You got to get something going in the bottom of the 6th now, just so that you have a chance to get back to the top of your order again.
Ball low, 2 balls and no strikes. 2-2 pitch. Strikeout. So that's the hat trick for Ramon. And she's been down 3 times now via the strikeout. 8 strikeouts now for Miller. That's going to bring up Kylie Lewis, the third baseman. Lewis reached on an error in the second inning, came around and scored on the sacrifice fly by Hernandez. Strikeout victim also, so she is 0 for 2. Ball is lifted foul out of play. No balls and 1 strike. Miller with the 0-1 pitch is high, 1 ball and 1 strike. 3 hits in the ball game.
Maury, I'm not sure.
All Miller's given up, Jeff, but there's 2 big errors. Swing and a miss, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
I was about to say, I'm not sure when the playoffs start. I think it'll be a week from
tonight.
Maybe a week from tonight, or even possibly.
It may be a week from Tuesday.
A week from Tuesday.
Because you're going to have some playoff implications.
Yeah.
Some play-in or play-off games
Hopefully
in the side
not.
districts. But
Hopefully not.
Well, not just maybe
yeah,
not here,
second and third and fourth maybe, but.
So a swing and a miss for another strikeout.
Need to find out when district certification is for softball, and then we know when the softball playoffs will begin. But, Maury, if you want to advertise with MVBN in the playoffs for baseball, softball, whatever it may be, give us a call, 830-931-4504.
Catcher Guerrero at the plate. Aiden is 1 for 2, a single in the first inning, came around and scored on Montana Cullum's RBI, and then was a strikeout victim in the third. So she is 1 for 2 with a run scored.
Actually, Maury, she's the one that was called out of the batter's box in the last game.
Yeah, when we played at Floresville. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what I said.
Was the same. Okay, yeah.
The last time in his bunt situation.
Yep.
And then she laid down a perfect bunt.
Yeah, and then she came back out
she
and she
laid down
drew
a
the line.
perfect one, that one, because we threw it away at first base and she was called out.
But she came back out and drew the line.
Yeah.
Look, she did it again.
Another bunt. Miller with it. Quick throw over. No. Not in time.
She was out of the batter's box again
she
there,
was,
Maury.
Out of the box once again.
As we talk about it.
So a 2-out single by Guerrero. That's 2 for 3 now for the catcher. That's going to bring up the first baseman, Ileana Hernandez.
Great bunt, though. Great bunt.
Sacrifice in an RBI, and then a ground out or a line drive to Cancino at second. So she is 0 for 1 with an RBI sacrifice. Takes the first pitch down low, 1 ball and no strikes.
Yeah, I'd like to look at a replay on that one, but I wasn't really paying attention. That's not my job. That's the Blues' job. But sure did look like she had a foot out when she was already running.
1-0 pitch. 2 balls and no strikes now. Two-out bunt single by Aiden Guerrero for her second hit of the ball game. Hernandez takes that 2-0 pitch down low. 3 balls and no strikes. Strike call. 3 balls and 1 strike now as Hernandez taken all the way.
And now's when you need a bad call on this umpire. You know, he needs to make a bad call the other way now. All right. Umpires don't do that. They don't make bad calls.
Nope, they're always right. Full count now.
And like we've talked about before, there's no such thing as a makeup call either.
Guerrero should be moving here on the play as it's 3 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. Strike called, backwards K. So Miller strikes out the side in between a 2-out single by Guerrero. No runs, no hits, 1 left on base. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Panthers trail 2-0. Panther softball will continue in just a moment.
Medina Electric Cooperative was built by this community more than 80 years ago to deliver safe, reliable, and affordable energy. We are proud to serve this community beyond the power lines. You can find us supporting your kids' Little League, sponsoring school events, hosting safety presentations, and more. We're honored to belong to this community, Keep up with Medina Electric from the power lines to the sidelines on social media or at medinaec.org.
Peerless Equipment, your South Texas irrigation experts. Peerless Equipment specializes in sales and service of irrigation equipment to the agricultural and wildlife industries. This includes hose reels, big guns, pivot systems, underground pipelines, turbine well pumps, booster pumps, motors, valves, and an inventory of much more. Stop by one of their locations in Hondo and Pearsall or give them a call at 210-434-7867. Peerless Equipment, bringing water to you.
Welcome to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet. Panthers down to their last 6 outs. Panthers will send to the plate 4, 5, 6, Burris, Sotelo, and Upton. Katie is 0 for 2, a fly out to the right fielder and a fly out to the left fielder. Leads off here for the Panthers in the 6th. Ramon back in there for the Jaguars. Guerrero back behind the plate.
Now here, Maury, you just need a couple of base runners here. That
Oh,
would
that
have been a nice one.
Need to leave that chicken wing out there and take
Yeah, that would have been. I mean, that's a
elbow.
base runner, you know.
Absolutely.
Katie can't think that she's got to hit the ball to get on base. She's got to get on base.
No balls in one ball and no strikes. Pitches outside, 2-0.
It's much more important than this at bat right now. You want to be able to get through 3 or 4 batters, 4 or 5 batters in this inning, so you have a chance to get around to the top of the inning, and it'd be nice to get a couple of runs while you're at it.
Ramon, the 2-0 pitch. Strike call, 2 balls and 1 strike.
Strike zone looks like it's expanded a little bit, Maury.
Only after he
it got intimidated.
Got an earful.
Yep. After he got intimidated.
2 balls and 1 strike. The 2-1 pitch to Burris. Ball low, 3 balls and 1 strike. Madison Sotelo with a single and a ground out, waits on deck. The 3-1 pitch to Burris. That hits
one
her.
hit her.
And that hit by pitch is
There you
sponsored
go.
by your State Farm agent, Hazel Russell. So, any way possible to get on base, Panthers with a hit by pitch. It's going to bring up Sotelo. Sotelo singled in the second, but was erased on a fielder's choice and then grounded out to the second baseman Bags.
And I don't think you run her over here,
No,
Maury.
you
I
got-
don't think you start trading out for base here.
Not when you haven't come across with a run yet through 5.
You've almost got to swing away and hope for the best here.
You got to play for a crooked number, not the straight number.
You know, it depends on where you're at in your lineup, too. You know, Sotelo's hit the ball hard a couple times.
Squares around the bunt, pulls it back, and I'm not.
Boy, that strike
I don't
zone.
know, Jeff, as she starts off on the high part of the strike zone, and that pitch was over the bat, and that was pretty high
it was
strike.
pretty high.
But down in the count, no balls and 1 strike. Burris at first. The 0-1 pitch to Sotelo, and that's low, 1-1.
You know, and we talked about how good a job Barrera's done behind the plate. This game sure would be nice to have a pass ball or 2 here in this inning, get you some runners in scoring position without having to give up any outs.
The 1-1 pitch. Ground ball to the shortstop Cook to Bags for 1. The throw across is not in time. So Sotelo reaches on a fielder's choice. Burris is retired 6-4 for the putout. It's going to bring up Kaylee Upton.
This situation here,
Upton 0 for 2, fielder's choice and a ground out.
I would put a pinch runner in right now for Sotelo.
Get a little bit more speed
Yeah.
on the bases. Ground ball right up the middle, right at
That's not
the
a
center
ground ball.
fielder, Perez, of line
it
drive,
would have been nice. It would have been nice if that would have been a ground ball. She hit it hard.
Upton hits that one, but Perez come charging in with the play. And, Jeff, I thought that was a line drive base
I did
hit
too.
all the
the
way.
wind held it up.
F8 for out number 2. Upton gave that a ride, but right at him.
Looks like we have a pinch hitter, Maury.
Alicia Reyna will bat now for Dominguez. Dominguez was 0 for 2 a ground out, and a strikeout. So Reyna steps to the plate for the Panthers.
Well, one thing's clear.
And wow, Upton gave that a shot. Strike called. No balls in one strike.
Tough situation here for the young lady to pinch hit, though. Haven't seen her swing the bat much this year, Maury.
The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. No balls and 2 strikes.
She's way behind that.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda. That shot by Upton just stayed in the air just a little too long, as that was the hardest hit ball tonight for the Panthers. Foul back. Count holds it. No balls and 2 strikes. Cancino, the second baseman, waits on deck. But Reyna needs to reach base. The 0-2 pitch, high and outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
It'd be nice to get to Casino right now with a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, Gabby has been perfect at the plate. A walk and a single. The 1-2 pitch to Reyna, swing and a miss for the out. So a leadoff hit by pitch doesn't blossom into runs. Panthers no runs on no hits. Another Panther left on base. We head to the 7th. Panthers trailing 2-0. Panther softball will continue in just a moment.
Are you ready for a vacation? Tanya with Travel by Design can help you with all your vacation destination needs. At no cost to you, she can plan all of the details tailored to your unique wants and needs. So all you have to do is enjoy your vacation. Tanya is a certified expert with Disney, Universal Orlando, and California, Sandals, and all cruise lines. Give Tanya a call at 830-931-4834 or visit her Facebook page, Tanya with Travel by Design, for all the latest specials and must-do vacations.
Qualifications, rules, and limitations apply. Rates, rewards, and restrictions may vary by account. Contact institution for details.
Tickets, popcorn, and sodas. That'll be $35. Cash or debit?
Debit! I'd like to use my debit card, please. Can I do it?
Okay.
All right! Swiping now!
What if paying with your debit card was always this exciting? Kasasa Cashback is a free checking account that pays you for everyday debit card purchases every month you qualify. Plus, with ATM withdrawal fee refunds nationwide, that's a lot of extra cash to spend on whatever you like.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Community National Bank. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Panther softball as we head to the 7th. Floresville will send to the plate 7, 8, and 9. Barajas, Cullum, and Cook. Barajas popped up to the catcher and grounded out to the shortstop, so she is 0 for 2. And Jeff, just to give you a little bit of how this ball game has went, Floresville has 4 hits all night. Only one of them has left the infield.
Yeah. Well,
the other 3 have been bunts that have just hit the right spot.
Well, and one of those is questionable. You're right.
That ball is lifted into left center. That's going to fall down for a base hit.
And you jinxed her.
On the way to second base, and I jinxed her. First pitch swinging. Barajas leads off with a double. That's going to bring up the right fielder, Montana Cullum.
Yeah, this is pretty automatic right here.
Oh,
7th
absolutely.
inning. You're definitely going to be bunting her over right here.
You may bunt the next 2 with 8 and 9 at the plate. Of course, Cullum has an RBI single. She drove in the second run of the ball game in Aiden Barrera. So she is 1 for 2 with an RBI. Ground ball to Miller. Miller with the play over to first. Not in time. That's a base hit, another single, infield single, Jeff. And
heck,
wow.
Mario, I'm going to keep bunting.
Well, I would too.
I'm going to keep bunting until you learn how to field a bunt and throw somebody out. That's just the basics of the game, And
so Cook now at the plate. Cook out a strikeout and a ground out to the pitcher. Squares around the bunt, takes the pitch for a strike. No balls in 1 strike. Runners at the corners. Barajas at third, Cullum at first. Panthers already down 2-0. Coach Perez calls timeout, wants to talk to his shortstop, Cook. So with runners at the corners, nobody out. Cook with an 0-1 count, bunts it down. That's going to be another one in the infield for a base hit. That's, wow.
Either that's really good scouting, Maury, and he just went over there and he told her to bunt it hard, or the brakes are just falling their way, because they know how hard Guerrero crashes, and she was crashing hard again that time, and it was all she could do to lay out and stop that ball. She made a great defensive field of the ball, but you got to break down and be able to make that play.
So 3-0 now.
There you go.
That's
Score. 2 bunts in a row, and I'd bunt again, because this one here hadn't got a hit, right?
No, she's walked, and
and she popped up weakly to the shortstop. So I would, heck, why not keep bunting?
It's done plated to run in this inning. Runners at first and second now with nobody out. Floresville has extended the lead to 3-0.
Still nobody out. So
nope.
You got. Oh, we're at first and second.
First and second, yes.
Okay, I'd still bunt here. Get them to second and third.
Perez bunts again. Guerrero charging. Throw over to first in time for the putout. Runners advance, so that's a sacrifice by Perez. Runners move up 60 feet. 5-3 for out number one. That's going to bring up Brenna Baggs.
Maury, hate to say it, I'd bunt again.
Brenna is 1 for 3. A strikeout, a single, and a ground out.
Oh, she did get a single. Where did she single to?
That was the one that Guerrero came charging in and went off her glove and bounced in foul ball territory. That's bunt, and Guerrero does a good job of letting that ball go foul.
Coach is thinking the same thing. I mean,
any way you can get another run. Absolutely.
Get a run home.
Absolutely. You've come to the plate. You've come to the plate 6 times, and you haven't scored one so far, and you're down 3-0.
Well, you're up 3-0.
Well, yeah.
If you could go up 4-0 here, I mean, you about put the nail in the coffin, if it didn't already.
No balls in 1 strike. Baggs at the plate. Squares around again, bunts that one, and Guerrero almost makes another diving play. A great effort there at third base.
And you got to appreciate how hard she comes, but she comes in out of control. Yeah. If she would just settle, just don't come so hard and kind of put the brakes on a little bit, she'd be more in control of her body and able to make some of those plays like that.
Tonight is she's wearing her number. She's got snake eyes tonight, and she wears 11. That ball is lifted into center field. That's going to drop for a base hit. It gets by Gonzalez. 1 run will score. Cook will be waved around. Cook scores. A 2 RBI single by Brenna Baggs, and that just might be the dagger that the Tigers have been looking for. As that plates Cullum and Cook. 8 hits in the ball game. That's going to bring up Bella Ramon. Ramon is wearing the hat trick tonight, but it doesn't matter. She is 0 for 3 or 3 strikeouts. But she's done her job inside the circle.
Well, you got to go back to what I was saying about Guerrero. Guerrero's made a lot of great plays this year, diving and throwing her body around. She really has. But you go back to the pitch. That was a 0-2 pitch, was it not?
Yes.
Or 1-2 pitch, 0-2 pitch. That's too much of the white. It's too much of the white. She was able to get the barrel on it and hit it out into left field. And that's one thing that Trista has not done. I mean, she's got strikeouts tonight. She's induced some ground outs, some fly outs. But when she gets up 0-2, it happened earlier in the game when they scored their first run.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it happened on the sacrifice fly.
That's when it was,
She had Hernandez down 0-2, and she
0-2 and
drove Gonzalez back to the fence for a sacrifice fly.
Yep. So, Mario, we can start talking. Well, I'm not going to start talking.
Not
well,
yet.
We're not going to. We're not. It's not over.
Nope.
You got 1 out. Let's get the rest of the outs, and then we'll kind of talk about a little playoff.
Ramon steps back in. The 2-0 pitch. That ball is lifted. It's going to go out of play down the first baseline. 2 balls and 1 strike. 3 runs across so far in this inning with just 1 out, and that was a give up. That was a sacrifice. The 2-1 pitch. High, 3 balls and 1 strike.
And Maury, you know, if Medina Valley does end up losing this game and
run differential,
Southwest loses and Legacy loses, Floresville will be the district champion as co-champion with Medina Valley, but they beat us twice if that occurs.
So a 1-out walk. That's going to bring up the third baseman, Kylie Lewis. Lewis reached on an error in the second, came around and scored the first run, and then back-to-back strikeouts in the third and the fourth. So she is 0 for 3 with a run scored.
Curtis, you got the courtesy runner?
No, I don't.
21 for Floresville. Don't have the sheet.
The PA announcer took my roster. A bunt, Guerrero charging in. Cancino covering first for the putout. But a sacrifice as they move runners up. 5-4 for the putout at first base for the second out of the inning. But Baggs moves to second and Ramon to third. Aiden Barrera at the plate. Barrera is 2 for 3, 2 singles and a strikeout.
She bunted earlier too for a single.
She's bunted twice for singles.
Yeah.
First pitch is a strike call. No balls and 1 strike.
She's wiped out that line, so she may be thinking about bunting again. All the Floresville girls have played a really, really strong game.
Miller, the 0-1 pitch. High, 1 ball and 1 strike. Bags the runner at third, Ramon at second. 2 outs. Guerrero fouls that one off the first base coach. One ball and 2 strikes. So Miller ahead in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Runners at second and third. 5 runs across. Foul back into the screen. Count holds at 1 and 2. 2 runs in the third. In the second, and 3 runs across here in the 7th. The only scoring done has all came by the Floresville offense. Guerrero taking a long time now. She steps back in. The 1-2 pitch. Ball high, 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 and 2, 2 outs, 2 runners on. Two pitch. In tight under the chin, full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. First base is open, but Ileana Hernandez standing on deck. Three-two pitch. Strike call, backwards K. Strikeout looking for out number 3. But damage done in that inning. 3 runs on 4 hits, 2 left on base. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Panthers trailing 5-0. Panther softball will continue in just a moment.
Bush's Chicken, one of the oldest locations in Castroville, is proud to serve the Medina Valley area. Bush's Chicken has one goal: be the best. Bush's Chicken knows its success comes from loyal customers in the communities they serve. Stop by Bush's Chicken on Tuesday and get the Tender Tuesday deal, or try their buffalo fries and ask about their Panther special. It's always a hit. Bush's Chicken, 935 Highway 90 East in Castroville. Call them at 830-538-2800.
Truck Month is going on now at North Park Chevrolet. Get the lowest posted prices of the year, plus 0.9% APR financing for 72 months, and an additional $1,000 for accessories on every new Chevrolet truck, like a 2020 Colorado Crew Cab, posted at $24,999, or the all-new Silverado, posted at $29,999. Experience Chevrolet, the North Parkway, 10 minutes outside Loop 410 in Castroville, or at npchevy.com.
Welcome back to Panther softball, down to their last 3 outs. Cancino, Gonzalez, and then back to the top of the order. But 3 big insurance runs there by Floresville in the 7th inning. They've extended this lead 5-0. 5-0. Panthers with just 3 hits on the night. They've left 7 runners on base, 4 in scoring position. Cancino leads off. Gabby has been the only bright spot, one of the bright spots up at the plate. A single and a walk, so she's been on both times. One ball and 1 strike, but it was a big base running mistake as Gabby led off the 4th with a single and then was called out for leaving the base early. The 1-1 pitch, and that's lifted second baseman. Bags with the step back and makes the play right on the edge of the grass. F4 if you're scoring at home for out number 1. The 9th flyout of Panther batters, surrounded by 7 groundouts, just 2 strikeouts. So the Panthers have put the ball in play. It's just that the Jaguars have made the play out in the field. Salazar will now be the pinch hitter for Gonzalez. Gonzalez popped up to the catcher and to the first baseman. So Salazar were her first official at bat tonight. She came in and courtesy ran for the catcher. Takes the first pitch for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes. The 1-0 pitch. That's a shot down the first base line for a base hit. Cullum gathers it and throws it into the second baseman Bags. But a pinch hit single by Aliana Salazar. 4th hit of the ball game. We turn it back over to the top of the order, Madison Guerrero. Guerrero with a line up to the first baseman, a ground out to the shortstop, and then reached on an error by the shortstop. So she is 0 for 3.
Yeah, right here, Maury, it's 1 base at a time.
First pitch is a changeup for a strike. No balls and 1 strike. Ramon, the 0-1 pitch to Guerrero is high. 1 ball and 1 strike. The wind has not subsided one bit. It has gotten stronger as this ball game has gone on. Means when the boys take the field, it will be straight in from right field, center field. The 1-1 pitch is hot, 2 balls and 1 strike. Aliana Salazar, the runner at first, a pinch hit single. The 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss, evens the count at 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bella Ramon checks the pitch bend, the 2-2 pitch. That's a ground ball to Cook and short. Cook over to second to Bags for one to throw over, not in time. Fielder's choice, Guerrero reaches. Salazar is erased 6-4 for out number 2. Panthers down to their last out here, Trista Miller. Miller is 1 for 2, a single, a ground out, and reached on a base on balls, but was stranded at second base. That ball is lifted back behind the plate.
Oh, careful, careful.
Guerrero gave it a shot, but just ran out of room. Went up against the backstop and kind of landed a little awkwardly. It's a good thing that she wasn't injured there.
You know what I was just looking up, Maury. This Floresville team did not play like this Tuesday night. They lost to McCullum 10-0. How does a team like this lose to McCullum 10-0 and play this good tonight? I guess it's the
atmosphere.
You
don't win or lose on paper.
Well, they got up for this game, and it's because I guess they have a lot of young ones, and you can get down as low as down can go, and you can get up as high as you can.
Miller lifts the 0-2 pitch down the third baseline, foul. Panthers down to their last out, down to their last strike here.
Got to give a lot of credit to the Jaguars.
0-2. Salazar, your runner. Guerrero, your runner at first. Bella Ramon pitching a shutout here for the second time against these Panthers. Outside.
Oh.
Panthers stealing on the play.
Wow.
Guerrero goes all the way home as Guerrero threw that ball and nobody was covering second. But I still don't understand when you're down by 5 runs.
Yeah,
what are
we doing?
That run means absolutely nothing.
She may have done that on her own, Maury, because she wasn't stopping when she rounded second base.
The 1-2 pitch, foul back into the screen. Count holds at 1-2. Miller steps in, the 1-2 pitch. That's a ground ball to pitcher for the putout. 1-3 for the final out of the ball game. Panthers no runs, 1 hit. Another Panther left on base. That'll do it as Floresville has tied up the district with a win tonight here at Medina Valley. Playoff implications and a lot of implications after this win. So Floresville comes away with a 5-0 lead. Panther softball will continue in just a moment.
Medina Electric Cooperative was built by this community more than 80 years ago to deliver safe, reliable, and affordable energy. We are proud to serve this community beyond the power lines. You can find us supporting your kids' Little League, sponsoring school events, hosting safety presentations, and more. We're honored to belong to this community. Keep up with Medina Electric from the power lines to the sidelines on social media or at medinaec.org.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet. Floresville comes into Medina Valley and takes down the Panthers to tie up the first place in district. It's going to come down to what Southwest and Southwest Legacy does tonight. Should one of those teams win or both of them win, there will be a 4-way tie for first place. Should both of those teams lose, it will be co-champions, but Medina Valley will finish in second place because head-to-head they have lost to Floresville twice. But that's about all I'm going to do because it could be a 3-way tie, 2-way tie, and it's too much implications to go over.
If it's a 3 or 4-way tie, from what I read in the district minutes, it's a tournament. They will have to play a tournament at a site to be determined, dates to be determined.
Double elimination, or what kind of tournament is it?
It would probably be some kind of single elimination. It would be like a single elimination, and it'll be seeded by how many victories you have over the remaining 4. So somebody like Floresville with 2 victories would be a top seed because they beat Medina Valley twice. They
would have beaten
Southwest,
one of the other ones.
They beat So it'll be all seeded, and it'll all come down to that. Now, if both Southwest lose, Floresville will be the first place team, and Medina Valley will be the second place team. So the only way Medina Valley can get a top seed is if they have a 3-way tie or a 4-way tie. So, and they'll get a chance to play Floresville again. But that's the way I understood it. But like I said, we'll find out later tonight how that's all going to pan out. But Maury, and we're going to have Tanya's Travel by Design player of the game, and tonight we're going to honor all the seniors: Katie Burris, Trista Miller, and Jasmine Salazar, Jazzy. It's their last regular season game here at Medina Valley, and we wish them all the best, as Katie will be going to Angelo State, and Trista Miller is going to it's not East Texas, I think it's East Texas Baptist, up in West Texas, or East Texas, I should say.
ETBU.
Yeah, I think she's going there, but I'm not positive. But both of those girls are going to be going on to play college ball. So we want to wish everybody well, but there's still more softball to be played.
Absolutely.
They are going to have going to have to wipe this off, and they're either going to have a district playoff, and then they're going to have the playoffs to play. So we want to get our minds right and get some things corrected and get ready for that. But congratulations to the seniors. I mean, you still have a share of the championship no matter what happened today. District titles in softball at Medina Valley are second nature. So congratulations to everybody.
And I just want to congratulate the Floresville team.
Absolutely.
They came here ready to play, brought a tremendous crowd, but the Panthers also brought a good crowd. I haven't seen this many Panther fans at a softball game in a very, very long time. So the support was there. The effort was there, Jeff. We just couldn't
make things happen.
Couldn't make it happen when we needed to.
Wasn't our night.
No,
so congratulations to the Jaguars.
Absolutely. With that said,